Good morning and welcome to Limitless Church. My name is Caleb.
And my name's Tersha, and I'm not sure if you guys heard last week, but this guy is going to be a dad soon, which makes me a great aunt, which I am not ready for, Caleb. But I'm ready for the baby, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if I'm ready to be great aunt yet. But we're just so glad that you're here with us this morning, whether you're watching online or with us in the service. We're just so glad that you're here today. We pray that God will just touch you wherever you're at in your life, that He will reach you and that you will feel His presence.
Yeah, and for our first announcement, you get to hear from one of our amazing Limitless Academy students.
Hi, I'm Royce. I go to school at Limitless Academy. We are having an info meeting on Wednesday, February 18th at 6 p.m. We are also having an open house on Wednesday, February 25th at 9:30 a.m.
Thank you, Royce. What a fine young man that is. We are just super excited about what God is doing at Limitless Academy. And for those of you who don't know, Limitless Academy started out of Limitless Church with just a handful of families who were homeschooling their kids and wanted to do so together. And from there, God really gave us a incredible vision of how we can do education differently. And so we're in our third official year now of doing a homeschool hybrid school Tuesday through Thursday here at the church, partnering with parents and families, and it's just been amazing. And we're even more excited, if you can believe that, for next year, as God has actually invited us to go down a little bit to preschool, because this last few years we've only done K through 8th, but we're now going to be also having classes for preschool students. And then also moving up with some of our students who are graduating junior high and going into high school. So anywhere from preschool to high school, if you have kids or if you know people who have kids in those age ranges and you want to do a homeschool hybrid type of education, we really encourage you to come to those two meetings, and we'll see you there. Also on March 1st, Sunday, March 1st, we're going to be having our Limitless Church Vision Day, where we're going to be telling you all the exciting things that God is doing and the ways that you can get involved. We really believe the church is not supposed to just be a bunch of spectators watching a few people do some cool stuff. It's supposed to be all of us together building God's kingdom. And so we want to invite you to be part of what God is doing here at Limitless. There will also be lunch served after the service, so we really want to encourage you to come and have that time with us.
We wanted to invite you to an all-church worship night happening Saturday, March 14th at 6:30 p.m. right here in the worship center. We filmed announcements earlier this week, and for the past couple of weeks we've announced this worship night as being Saturday, March 7th. But the reason why I'm in a different location is because we just changed the date to March 14th, just pushing it back 1 week later in order to have time to properly plan it. So Saturday, March 14th at 6:30 p.m. we have an all-church worship night. This is for babies and toddlers all the way up through grandparents, for all ages. Men, women, and children are all welcome. Bring your family, bring your friends as we worship the Lord together. Psalm 100 says, "Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Worship the Lord with gladness. Come before Him with joyful songs. Know that the Lord is good. It is He who made us, and we are His. We are His people, the sheep of His pasture. Enter His gates with thanksgiving and His courts with praise. Give thanks to Him and praise His name. For the Lord is good, and His love endures forever. His faithfulness continues through all generations." That whole verse is the focus of our night. That his steadfast love endures forever, and His faithfulness endures through generations. And we are to enter His courts with praise and His gates with thanksgiving. So that's what we're going to be doing. There's power in worship. God is enthroned on the praises of His people. But as believers, we are reminded of His goodness and His greatness when we worship together and we actually lift up our voice. So God's heart is moved when we lift up our voice. And I believe other believers, our hearts are moved by each other lifting up our voices. So Saturday, March 14th, right here in the worship center at 6:30 p.m. join us for an all-church worship night.
I want to just say a special thank you today for your generosity and your service here at the church. It is incredible to see what God is able to do through a group of faithful people. And God has truly, as I've mentioned a few times already today, given us huge vision. We are reaching kids in South Africa and Zimbabwe. We are, reaching people in Skid Row in some of the hardest situations. And then at the same time, we are really seeking to transform our community and our city. And really none of that is possible without the generosity and the service of all of you guys. God has really spoken to us that we're supposed to dream big and He will fill in the rest. But that really takes all of us saying, God, what is our part? What is our part? How do we hands-on get involved? How do we also, with our wallets, get involved? And so we just want to encourage you. Giving, both in service but also financially, is a massive part of our worship to God. So we just want to encourage you to stop, to pray, to really ask God, what is it that He's calling you to do? I know for Cody and I, sometimes it can be really sacrificial. Sometimes He asks us to give more than we think we can afford. Yet every single time He shows up, He blesses us, and He gets us through the hard times, and He is such a good and abundantly giving God. And so we just want to encourage you to be part of that. So in just a few minutes, if you're here with us in service, we will be handing out baskets, and you can give your financial offering there. But another thing you can drop into that basket is your prayer cards or connect cards. So prayer cards are prayed over faithfully, and connect cards are a way for us just to get to know you, to get your information, to be able to really see how we can be a blessing to you and how you can get involved with us. Another way to connect with us is through the number on the screen. You can just text the word connect or also send in your prayer request there.
Thank you so much for listening to our weekly announcements, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the service. We have an amazing service lined up for today, and we just invite you to press in with us because the Lord has something for each and every one of us.